Hello my friends, back with a quick one today. Often it's not your camera or your lens that is that kind of thing you think about at the end of the day after you've done a really cool video that you're like, oh thank God I had that. Usually it'll be some random tool that's usually pretty budget friendly. So today I just wanted to talk about sort of my favorite budget friendly filmmaking tools that were sort of random purchases but then have just come in clutch time and time again. So out of the things I'm going to talk about today, one was actually sent to me. That's right, the channel's first ever sponsor gift, but something that I've used many times and I'm definitely glad to have a new one because the last one cracked, but I won't give it away and I'll get to that soon. What we're going to start with is just everything simple that everyone should have in their kit to make the best possible videos, and that's the ARRI Alexa Mini. I'm joking, obviously. So the first thing is something I bought off Amazon the other day, which as a Lumix user, this has actually been so clutch, and it's this tilter battery sort of portable charger case thingy-mabob. I've always had issues with the Panasonic charger. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like a voltage thing, but often my batteries don't charge or whatever, and you know, it's one at a time, and yeah, I don't have the mental capacity to charge a battery, remember I've charged it, go and get it, put another one in, remember again. Like I have to be on a legacy run for that kind of organization. So this thing is so handy because you just have 4 slots, one USB thing, charges 4 at once. Two of these are fast charge too, which is handy, but it's good in the car. Just have it plugged in USB-C, you can charge 4 batteries, and it's also a case to keep them in. So it's sort of one of those like small purchases that have come in very, very clutch, and I'm super thankful I picked this up. All right, hold the applause to this one. Our first gift. So Freewell sent me this ND filter / polarizer, which are 2 pretty important things. Because I find when I'm shooting through reflections or I'm doing any car videography, or I do a lot of obviously beach photography, so like getting that nice blue sky and like smoothing skin out, like polarizer comes in super clutch. And then obviously doing any video work, I want that shallow depth of field, that high aperture, or low aperture, however you say it. I want that shallow depth of field, you know, those 1.8 apertures, whatnot. Absolute dream, and it's going to be living on my camera. I got the 82mm thread, so I can, you know, step it down to whatever. And yeah, I am super thankful for this one because this is, you know, ND filter is something every filmmaker that doesn't have built-in NDs obviously needs an ND, and then having a polarizer in one is just a bonus. Now for creative shots, this is a 2-parter. This is Magic Arm and a Kofi suction cup, or Kofi capture cup. A Kofi capture cup, I believe they are now called, but this combination super handy. And I'm not telling you to do this. But this is great for car mounting, which I've done numerous times. And it is nerve-wracking, especially if you do it as dodgy as I do. But yeah, it's perfect for just mounting cameras, lights, etc., like anywhere. And then just the Magic Arm in general, you can get clamps, and then that's when you get those awesome like POV shots, whether you know, connect your camera to like a moving door or like a person, or, you know, a lot of people like, you know, hook them to like grocery carts just to give that like you're going with the item look that is super popular. Magic Arm, super handy for rigging, for just getting unique shots with your camera, especially with like a wide angle lens. So these 2 items always with me because I never know when I'm just going to have to change things up and put my camera in a little bit of danger. Now this one comes from a bit of an error on my behalf, and that is I went to a shoot trip in another state and didn't take my laptop, which I think besides a camera, laptop's probably pretty up there with things that are important to take on a shoot trip. So then I decided, you know what, I've been thinking about getting an iPad. So then iPad Pro entered the chat. Wait, is it in focus? It has been super handy for scribbling notes, for like editing photos on the go. It even handled DaVinci Resolve pretty well when I was editing kind of like little behind the scenes and kind of teasers on my story. It was perfect for that, and it's also awesome for monitoring. Like as you can see, there's a very handsome young man on there at the moment, and so it's perfect for that. I just find as a filmmaker, it's sort of like a digital notebook, a monitor, a second screen for editing. It's just a bit of everything. So I feel like if you're thinking of getting one as like a filmmaker or creator, you're not going to like run out of like reasons to use it type of thing. Like sometimes I won't use it for a little bit, and then I'll be doing something like this, and I'm like, oh, the iPad would be perfect for this. And yeah, sorry, I just got lost in my own eyes there. So this one's an interesting one because everyone has it. It is water. So what I mean by water is it's always handy. Not just to stay hydrated, but so if you're doing a gym shoot, a swimwear shoot, water adds a lot of texture to the person's skin. So it can be sweat, it can just add definition on a model's skin. And as far as water in an environmental sense, reflections, composition, it's just very versatile, and it'll sort of always be in my shoot some way or another, and I don't just mean when I'm having a drink. So that's a little bonus one I'd chuck in because, yeah, especially if you spray the athlete or model with oil, then the water will stick to their skin nicely and it'll just give a bit more texture to the image.